Good morning, guys. Day 8 of your Move of the Day challenge and your Shakeology challenge. I am dragging this morning, and I've known this ever since like day 1 of training back in the late 80s when I started this entire process, that it's usually not the day of or the day after. It's usually 2 days after where you feel like you've been hit by a Mack truck. So that's kind of what I'm feeling today in my back. But I tell you what, it's not going to stop me from moving. So I've picked a move today that's going to work your core, but it's also a great stretching move to kind of elongate, if you will, your back and your hamstrings, open up your chest, lengthen out your shoulders, and still get a good ab workout at the same time. So I've got my mat out, and hopefully you'll be able to get me entirely in this frame. I'm going to push it back as far as I can and then talk as loud as I can because I'll kind of be on my head half the time. So we're going to start in a plank position, and then we're going to move into what we call a down dog, and then we're going to drop into an oblique ab, and it's going to alternate from left to right. And then I'm going to show you a child's pose to release your lower back before you go into those again. So, grab a mat or doing it on a soft surface. I would not do it on wood just because if you do start to sweat, you don't want to slide. I'm going to pop my glasses off because the minute I go into down dog, they're going to fall off anyway. So, let's get busy. That was painful, just that little part right there. All right. So in your plank position, good. I've got a little bit of baggy clothes on today, okay? I've got a client here in about 20 minutes, so Dan may be getting some pio today. Hands underneath the shoulders, fingers spread so you have a nice even base. Weight is evenly distributed. I want you to tighten your glutes and dip your hips under. This is your perfect plank. All right, you want to be looking 3 inches out in front of you, not here and not under. All right, from right here, I want you to push into a down dog so nothing moves except your hips. You push right back into your heels. Now the goal here is to push your heels flat into the floor, okay? Now depending upon how tight you are, you may not be able to get those heels flat down, okay? But you're going to hold this stretch for about 3 deep breaths in and out. As you breathe, those muscles will start to release, all right? Your head is between your arms looking down towards your feet, which are directly behind you, hip distance apart, all right? You're going to come straight out of this move. I'm thinking about my right leg, okay? You come into plank, right knee comes out, touches that elbow, and goes right back into down dog. And then you're going to switch on the other side, right back into down dog. I want you to think about a doggy in a hydrant, okay? So the knee is not coming straight in, okay? It's coming out and parallel to the floor. And right back. Back out and back down. And you just keep dropping those hips. Good. Side to side, making sure you get that nice flat back and right back into it. I'm going to do a couple more because this does feel really good on my lower back. Good. Right here, I want you to inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now you're going to go through. I want you to give me, 12 of those. So 6 on each side, okay? Hold your down dog. Your break in between your 3 sets, I want you to take this to a child's pose. All you're going to do is drop your knees gently down to the surface. Flatten out your feet so that they're on the tops of your feet. And set it straight back. Good. What you want here is your abs and your chest, everything nice and relaxed. Hands are walked out as far forward as you can get them. Holding this stretch down, relaxing your shoulders. You'll see that my forearms start to drop. This is your child's pose. In order to stretch out your shoulders, because you were holding that plank for quite a while, take your right arm, walk it underneath your left arm, and slowly lay into that shoulder ever so gently. Good. You're going to hold that again for about 3 deep breaths in and out. Take that hand back to the beginning and walk that opposite hand out and away. Use those fingers to pull yourself away. I can't even see myself, but I'm sure this is pretty comical at this moment. Okay. Good. Big deep breath in. And as you exhale, place that hand back. From this position, come into that tabletop position. Okay. You can even streak right here. Roll out your upper back. Looking down towards the mat. And then relax, pushing those abs down, looking straight up. Come into that neutral spine, meaning a flat back. Plug those toes into the mat. Hands are shoulder width apart in case they happen to have moved during your stretching. Push right back into that down dog. And go right back into your next set. Good. Pushing back through those hamstrings each time you push back. Good. Bringing that knee all the way to the outside of that elbow. Making sure you get that head between those arms each time. Good. And back. I've got about 4 more. Since I didn't count, I have no idea. I could really typically do this all day long though, because that's how good it feels. Making sure you're drawing those abs in nice and tight. Hold that down dog. Good. Pushing those heels towards the floor. Good. Slowly lift that head up. Drop those knees. And set it into that child's pose. Good. Go through that process 3 to 4 times. Let me know how you do. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you post. Include when you did your shake. And if you're having any issues with your shake, I know I've seen a couple things on there. You were hoping to lose a little bit more weight than you have. The shake is replacing 1 meal a day. But you still have to be conscious of those other meals that you're eating. Making sure that you're eating enough, for one, and eating enough of the correct things. So they need to be nutrient-dense foods. Okay? If you're ever in any doubt as to the right amount of calories you should be eating, you and I should have a separate conversation. Most women in general are in starvation mode because over time we've been told that, well, the fewer calories you eat, the more weight you'll lose. That is true to an extent. But the fact of the matter is that your body in general requires typically 800 calories in order to blink, to breathe, to speak, to walk, to do just natural everyday activities without exercise. Once you start throwing exercise in, your body requires even more calories. So, typically speaking, and I will say this 90% of the time, the clients that I see are not eating enough. And also on top of that, they're not eating the right things. I'm a big anti-gluten person, anti-wheat. I mean, there's lots of things that are in our foods and in our diets, and even though you think they're organic, you really got to look at the ingredients and the packaging and know who your farmers are. And because a lot of those wheat and gluten products are inflammatory, especially towards your intestines. And so you're kind of walking around with an extra layer of fat around your waist. That can be totally avoided just by cutting out a few things from your diet. So, comments and feedback, you guys are awfully quiet out there. Corey, I know you're a big mouth. You need to be commenting more. And Crystal, I know you're doing your shake because you're dedicated. But get it out there when you're doing it, because it may take just that one person seeing that everyone else is posting and doing their moves of the day and commenting just to get them intrigued and get them engaged and maybe asking some questions about, and no question is too ridiculous, no question is too trivial. Ask it. I mean, somebody out here will have an answer for you. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a fantastic Monday. Bye.